Hello, my friends. Welcome to my home studio in the beautiful Catskill Mountains in upstate New York. My voice is kind of bad. I was at my son's wrestling tournament all weekend, and I was screaming the entire time. I'm one of the coaches, so I was yelling to my wrestlers, and so my voice sounds like this. I think it sounds pretty cool, actually. Maybe I'll use this as my voice acting voice. So anyway, I'm here today. First off, I want to wish the best. My thoughts are with Tyler. If you know Tyler from Simply Fragrances, he has come down with COVID and he is in the hospital along with his brother. And I wish both of them the best. And my thoughts and prayers are with them. And I hope the rest of you feel the same way. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this review, and I'm dedicating it to Tyler because I know he also loves this fragrance. And I received it not too long ago. I've given it 2 full wearings. And you know what? Let's hit the intro, and then I'll tell you what it is.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes with the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap that man's got.
What I'm going to talk about today is Zaharoff Signature Tabac. Now, full disclosure, George Zaharoff is one of my favorite people that I've met. I mean, he's just a wonderful person. I've had some interaction with him online. He's such an awesome person, and I don't know if I've told this story before. If I haven't, it's going to be quick. George Zaharoff and Ross Carlos from TLTG were the first people to subscribe to my channel and comment. The first 2, yeah. And I hadn't reached out to anyone about it. I don't know how they found me. I don't know how they did it, but I have gotten a lot of support from both of them on this channel. So, full disclosure on that, because I know people say, "Oh well, I'm going to give this an honest review." If I didn't like it, I probably wouldn't review it. I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't because I like George so much. Good news though, you know where this is going. I do, but I'm going to talk about this. Okay, let's talk about the packaging first. It's Signature Tabac. I love this, right? I love this. The gold. I'm colorblind, but I do know that's gold. And the back, which is Liberar Ladir. I think I'm saying that right. Liberar Ladir. Now, that is Latin, and what I think it's supposed to mean work hard, play hard. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, now I could be wrong on that, but I think it's work hard, play hard, because I know liberar means work hard, and ladir is something like that, play, or so work hard, play hard is what I'm guessing, and I love it. I love it. So super cool, super cool. Okay, now this fits snug, and if you have these fragrances, you know this. Nice and snug. I love the band around this like a cigar. I'm a cigar smoker, for those of you who don't know. I have a box of 25 cigars here in my studio. I do smoke outside, though. I don't smoke in my studio. It's not good for the equipment. But I have a box of 25 cigars in a humidor in my recording studio. So I am a cigar smoker. So I really appreciate this. I think the bottle is awesome. Now, let's talk about the juice. That's what it's all about, right? So let's talk about it. First off, this retails right now. There was an early incentive, if you want to call it that, but it does retail for $140 currently. Okay, it's a 60 ml. Okay, so I'm going to spray this on. I have worn this twice, but the atomizer is fantastic. Okay, so this is a tobacco fragrance, obviously, right? Top notes: anise, divana, cognac, rum, lavender. Middle notes: tobacco leaf, honey, agarwood, balsam fir, pimento, Virginia cedar. Base notes: incense, Australian sandalwood, amber, myrrh, plum, Madagascar vanilla, tonka bean. Let me just say, this is a very good fragrance. The projection on this is for the first 2.5 hours. Both times I wore it, the projection on this is about an arm's length. It's nice, an arm's length. What I get out of this when I first spray it, okay, the opening, I'm guessing it's the anise, right? Because I get this almost clove-like scent, and I was trying to figure out, where is that coming from? Maybe it's a little bit of the cognac and the rum combined with the anise. Maybe that gives it a clove, because there's no clove note in this. But what's so fascinating about this, okay, is as it dries down, and you get that, it is a fresh tobacco leaf. It's what it smells like, a fresh tobacco leaf. The honey sweetens it up just a bit, but not too much. This isn't an overly sweet tobacco fragrance, okay? Here's what I get. I'm going to kind of, I don't know if any of you have been to cigar shops, tobacco shops in general. I would say that this fragrance reminds me of sitting out front of a cafe in Cuba, but I haven't been to Cuba. But I have been to Ybor City. And Ybor City is historically known for cigar shops, a very big Cuban population. And I've been there many times. And I've been into the cigar shops in Ybor City. And what you get is the cigar, the fresh, because they roll them right in the shop. You can watch people roll the cigars in Ybor City cigar shops. And what you also smell, because you smell the fresh tobacco leaf, right? But you also smell, a lot of times they'll have clove cigarettes there, right? And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a combination of this fresh tobacco leaf, but then a little bit of that clove. Like I said, I think it's the anise combined with maybe the booze, the cognac and the rum maybe. And so you get this tobacco combined with the clove type of thing. And in the late 80s, early 90s, everybody at all the alt-rock clubs were smoking clove cigarettes. And I get a little of that, right? Just a little tiny bit of that, which is so nostalgic for me. And as it dries down, first of all, it stays like this for a while. Once it hits that fresh tobacco leaf, the honey, right? And again, to me, a little bit of some kind of clove, a combination that creates a clove type of smell. It stays like that for a while, I would say for the first 2.5 hours, 3 hours as it projects out. As this dries down, it becomes more of an amber vanilla. I don't get a lot of plum, but maybe that keeps the sweetness going. But an amber, the Madagascar vanilla and the Australian sandalwood, and again, some of that incense, it dries down to this kind of softer vanilla amber, and maybe that incense coming through a little bit. And it does as it dries down completely. So I'm going to say about 5 hours, 5.5 hours into it, the tobacco's kind of gone. The fresh tobacco leaf is kind of gone. I'm just getting a nice vanilla, amber, again, sandalwood, of course, tonka bean. And I think you get a little bit of that incense in there. It's tough to tell because it does have that, a lot of the combinations of vanilla, amber, sandalwood would have a little bit of the incense feel anyway, and so you do get a little bit of that. It's really, really good. This is good. And I like that. Now, the longevity on this. Okay, after the 2.5, 3 hour mark, it comes a little closer. Not a skin scent, but it does come a little closer. So you have a little bubble around you. I would say, I'm going to say 5 hours into it, it comes very close to the skin. I get both times I wore it, I got about 6.5 to 7 hours out of the scent before it's strictly a skin scent where you're holding up, but it still was still on your skin until about 8 hours into it. And then I kind of was like, okay, this is almost gone. I mean, you can smell that vanilla for a long time. I will say that, and I had heard that this is kind of a signature noir DNA with some more tobacco. I don't know where I even got that from, but this is a completely different scent. If you've heard the same thing I heard about this, ignore it. They're not similar. I have to tell you, I know that there is some similarities, but in the notes, but there's no similarity in the fragrance itself. There really is not. And so this is shot to the top of my list as far as tobacco scents, because there's so much depth to it. And again, people may say this is a fall winter fragrance. I understand that. We all always kind of gravitate to that thought when it comes to tobacco fragrances. I actually think of course you can wear it fall and winter, but I picture this again, like I said, with a button down white shirt on, with a cap on, sitting outside of a cafe in nice weather. I actually think you could absolutely, this is light enough, although there's depth to it, of course, but I think this is light enough to wear all year round. And I do think I am going to wear this in the warm weather when I'm sitting outside on my deck at the table with a coffee, on a nice day, a nice morning. I picture that. I mean, this is what I picture for the scent. Just that, I don't know, again, Cuban sort of, it's so authentic to me. This smells authentic, Sometimes you smell something and you think it's trying to be something, right? It's trying to be something. This doesn't smell that way. This smells like it is, right? This smells like if you were to walk through a neighborhood with an upscale tobacco shop or whatever, any kind of tobacco shop, cigar shop. I don't know. It's something about this fragrance. It must be triggering something in my mind that maybe I've witnessed before. The sense of smell really does bring back those types of memories for you, right? And so I must have experienced this. Maybe when I was in Ybor City, I don't know, but that's what I imagine for this. And this is just an amazing fragrance. And I do think if you like tobacco fragrances, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I've heard people compare it to some other things. I actually don't have anything. I don't have anything I compare it to. I don't, because it has that. I'm telling you, it's driving me crazy with the clove thing. I do think it's anise, because anise can come across like that, and combine it with maybe some cognac and rum, and it must be what the sort of clove take is, because I do get clove and fresh tobacco leaf out of this, and there just isn't that note in here. It's driving me a little crazy. I love it though. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this, and I'm gonna wear it all year. I love it. It is super unique. I mean, again, if you want to wear something that's super cool, has depth, you can wear all year round, and most everybody is not going to have. Unfortunately, hopefully everyone buys it, and George does really well with it. Outside of the fragrance community, not a lot of people probably will have this yet. Hopefully they will. This is something you're going to want to wear. People are going to ask, "Hey, what are you wearing?" My wife loves this. By the way, my wife is tough. She hates half the fragrances I have, and I put this on her right away. She said, "Oh, wow, that's really nice." She likes tobacco fragrances typically, and she really loved this. So I want to thank you all very much. And again, my prayers go out to Tyler and his brother, and I hope it all goes well. And you know what? I'm dedicating this review to Tyler. I know he's a huge Zaharoff fan as well, and so I hope you get to see this, but what I really hope is that you get better, and you get better really soon. All right. I want to thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Mr. George Zaharoff. And I hope everyone has a great holiday. Holidays are coming up soon, and I'm going to hopefully do some more reviews before that, of course. But it is wrestling season, and I am practicing every day, then working. I'm not practicing. I'm practicing. I'm practicing with the team every day, and then tournaments on the weekends. It's tough, but and I'm still trying to close on my father's estate. So it's crazy life, right? But it keeps you busy. And I kind of like that. I kind of like being busy. So thank you very much. I can't talk. I'm not going to edit these verbal things that are going on, but I'm about to jump onto a voiceover webinar, teach one of those for some folks who want to be voice actors. So thank you very much, and we out.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes with the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.